due to my hammock becoming deceased, I did order another one, exactly the same. So I figured I'd take out my old tent. It's like a dung tent thingy. I'll take that with me, and maybe on Saturday I'll go out for overnight and take the tent. And I dug it out, and holy crap! It's only a little tent, but the weight of it compared to a hammock. I mean, even if you include the hammock and my polytunnel plastic, that it is at least 5 times the weight. I'm still gonna have a go, but that's just the sheer weight of it. But dig it out, see if if it still works. Okay, okay. I've not pegged it out properly or guy roped it or anything like that. I just bloody heavy. Um, yeah, compared to a hammock, it is very heavy. But you've also got a lot more space. So it's not just a basic dome tent. I've not used it in years, 10 years actually. So yeah, you've got your little bit of space at the front, so you can go for a piss. And there's no way but I want to be cooking there. Gas, yeah, not the solid fuel. And I'm not going to get in there because there's twigs underneath that will just puncture it. I mean, I'm not going to fall out of it, that's for one thing. Unless I get really drunk. And I already got spiders crawling on the outside. Yeah, if I don't get the hammock by Saturday, I may be taking this one out. Well, it still works. It's dirty and muddy, but that's because it got used when I first got out of prison. Gonna have to remove some of these labels. It's weight I don't need to carry. I'm bored, so I'm reading the instructions on the tent. Now that I've put it up and taken it down, it is pretty heavy. I've no idea how much it actually weighs. I might go online and have a look actually. It's got to be over 10 years old because when I bought it, it was 10 years ago. That was 2015 when I got out of prison. But I'm just reading some of this stuff, and you should re-waterproof it before every season. Well, the thing's been in the cupboard for 10 years and it's never been waterproofed. I have got some spray somewhere. I can't be asked. Honestly, it means taking it out again and then spraying it all, leaving it out. It's blistering hot outside. It's liable to combust. It's that simple. Because these waterproofers are very flammable. So, and re-steel the stitched areas. I don't fucking think so. It really is a disposable society we live in, because for what it would cost to buy waterproofing to waterproof the entire thing, some spray or some wax or something, I could buy a new tent. That's how much cheaper they've gotten. You can buy pretty much what I've got out there for about 15 quid on AliExpress, and it'd be a lot lighter as well. Because those tent poles are bloody heavy. They're fiberglass, but they're really thick things, and there's 3 lengths, and I think there's like 8 or 9. These are like 9 meters long each. It's not that big of a tent, but it's a dome. You get a fair bit of space inside it compared to a hammock, but you don't have as much legroom as a hammock, even lying diagonally. This is classed as a 4-man. It's bloody not. 2-man at the most. Still, I'm going out Saturday, sod it. My legs are recovering. It's still really, really hurting from Saturday's walk, but that metal work is really digging into my kneecap. But sorry, hopefully Saturday, get out again for a night. To be clear, I didn't pay for the tent. It was gifted to me brand new because I was basically homeless on license after getting out of prison. So they were shitting themselves about getting in shit for having somebody on license living in the woods. So they gave me this for free. I just had a look. This is basically the today equivalent of it, which is there. Carnes 2 DLX Nightfall tent. Mine is just it doesn't have the word Nightfall in it, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And the retail price is 170 quid. If you're a member of whatever group this is, you can get it for half price, for 60 quid. well, less than half price. But the retail price is 170. And yeah, that's it's a bit more expensive than the layout. You got to be really friendly with the person you're sleeping with. It's got a length of 215 centimeters, so just over 2 meters. It's got the same width as my hammock, that I'm going to be getting, but the actual length in it, even diagonal, sleeping across, it's not going to have the length that my hammock will have. And the height is not that great either. It's 100. It's just over a meter in height. Considering how much weight you're carrying extra, I didn't see a weight on here. You'd think they would actually have the weight of these things. I can't see the weight on it. Anyway. Okie dokie. I found the dimensions of it and things. Pitch time, 15 minutes. That's how long they reckon to put it up. Now, I did get it up in 10 minutes, but I didn't do any of the guidelines, guy ropes, pegging out, nothing. No pegging, no guys, the gays, nothing. That was just to get the poles in to get it in shape. So I'd say you're probably talking minimum 15 minutes to pitch it, which is a little bit of a long time if it's pissing down rain. And comparing it to the hammock, if you find your trees, it just up on that tree, ta-da, hammock's up. My plastic polytunnel, chuck it over the top, job done. 5 minutes and it's done. The weight of this, if they're being honest, and they do tend to lie, 3.7 kilos. Now the hammock plus the fly tarp is 1.25. I think it's 1.25 kilos. Let's just work that out. That's 2, 3. That's about 3 times the weight. Even if you include my polyplastic, which doesn't weigh very much, you're still talking this tent weighs over double. I mean, yes, it's nice having a bit more space, but, and this is the really weird thing, I feel more exposed in a tent than I do in a hammock. Now, if we're talking about mass murdering psychotics, you might feel a bit safer in a tent for some reason, psychologically. However, if you're worried about rats, mice, bugs, creepy crawlies, slugs, I feel safer in a hammock. They want to slime me, they got to fucking work for it. But if you're in a tent, you're there, at their level, on their home, sleeping on their food. So I'm just shocked at how much that cost. Because that is, I just typed in mine, and the only difference I can see is that it's called Nightfall. I think it's called Nightfall because they've got a dark inner tent. I think that's the only reason. But most of the weight comes from the poles. Because they're like solid fiberglass. We're talking like 10-year-old. And it's solid fiberglass, a lot of steel, like all the rings on the base all around here are solid steel. Then you've got the metal tent pegs. And it doesn't really work if you don't peg it out because this piece here, it just flops around otherwise. I may be converted. I may go back to having a tent if it's that good. But as I'm having to carry it, and carrying that compared to carrying the hammock, polyplastic, fly sheet, it means I can carry an extra 2 litres of water rather than carrying the tent. I'll see how it goes. An additional concern with regard to camping with a tent. I just had a bit of a flashback to I had an incident in a tent one time, and it was a case of maybe 30 years ago. I was just camping out on this little island, completely deserted, just trees and things. And next to this derelict building, it had bats in it, a little bat sanctuary. And I woke up being crushed. I thought it was one of my exes. But as it turns out, it was a cow. Decided to have a nap on my camp, my tent, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time it was, I didn't check. This is back in the day before we had mobile phones. And I freaked out because I couldn't get out of the tent. He was lying on the entrance and I was being crushed by a half ton of. Yeah, I screamed, punched, kicked, did whatever I could. And yeah, that. You do get cows up there, or rather, you get steers. It's mainly sheep, but you get steers up there as well. That is a concern. I'm gonna make sure when I do camp out, I'm either going to have to be in a place where they can't get to me without me waking up, or I'm going to have to put up guy ropes or cord just to build some kind of fencing. It's not paranoia. You have a half-ton lie on you. That's not human, and believe me, you freak out. It's not paranoia.